So, what is up, guys? Today, I gotta do this video because I told myself I would, but also it's a fun video. So today we're gonna talk about my top 5 iOS 18 features. And it's a small top 5 number, but I'm going to say that these top 5 features are probably a game changer. And so, or at least in my daily usage of my iOS devices. And so today I'm gonna show y'all examples on the iPad, because technically iOS and iPadOS are basically the same thing. They just have a little bit of some differences. And so, might add in a bonus feature actually. So, this could be a top 6, but let's talk about it and let's discuss. So here we go. All right, so now with iOS 18, my number 1 feature probably is Math Notes. Now, I made a video about Math Notes. If you would like to watch it, you can click up here or somewhere around the screen. But so anyway, Math Notes is Apple's basically auto-generative math notes. So you can basically write down a character or a number and you can ask it to solve the problem for you, and it will do it all without you having to do any work. And the coolest part is that it writes it in your handwriting. And so say I could write out 5 plus 5, it will write out the 5 in my handwriting, or it will try to guess the 5 in my handwriting. And so yeah, Math Notes is super cool. Another feature that I really like are scheduled text messages. And so basically, whenever you have to send a message, but you don't want to send it right away, say it's a work colleague, but you don't want to send it while they're off the clock, you can do what they call a scheduled text message. And basically, it will schedule the message and it will save that message in the cloud. So let's say I text my mom and I tell her, hey, I'm going on a hike and the place doesn't have cell service. Well, so now you can do just that. But say you leave the house before that message sends and you lose signal, it will still send because it is saved in the iOS database. It's still saved in iMessages database. And so basically, if I lose signal in the middle of the night, but I tell my mom, or I send it to my mom that, hey, I'm going on a hike later tomorrow afternoon, and I'm out camping and I lose signal, it will send that text message before I lose signal, and even while I've lost signal. So yeah, that is super cool. Scheduled text messaging is definitely making it safer and making it better. And so the next thing that I want to talk about is the Passwords app. And the Passwords app is super convenient and intuitive. I like it how they've moved passwords from the settings app to its own app, because now I can find everything in one app. It still does the same things such as generating passwords. It will work as verification codes, incognito codes, stuff like that. And it's super convenient because you can access the Passwords app from all of your Apple devices. And so yeah, I guess that's 4. And so now I would like to talk about 5. And 5, I feel like it's really important. 5 is something that I've been waiting on forever and ever and ever and ever. And that is the blue versus green text bubble war. I could call it a war. And so basically, this green and blue text bubble war has been going on ever since Apple introduced RVR messaging. And now that the EU, the European Union, has forced Apple to kind of switch over and make everything a little bit more fair. So yeah, they switched over and made everything a little bit more fair. And so, Apple obviously didn't want to mention this in their WW keynote, but now we can text people in higher quality with RCS. I'm talking, we can see reactions, we can see read receipts, I think we can now leave green text bubble conversations. There are a ton of cool features with the new iOS 18 green versus blue text bubble war. And so, yeah, it adds, one, maybe a little bit more security and privacy, considering SMS wasn't that way. It also adds a little bit more speed. Also adds, more things to do, such as reactions, read receipts. And finally, you can now send higher quality images to each other. So, you get that gross green Android picture and you're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly why I don't switch to Android from iPhone. Well, so now you got a little bit of a change and a little bit of a better style, and now it looks much better. And I can, so super cool. That is probably like that is a good number 5 feature. And so, I said I'd do a couple of bonus rounds, and so, you can actually call this a top 7 features, and that is because a lot of the features that I use daily are in iMessage. And so the second one the third one I could call it for iMessage is the reactions and tapbacks. And so basically what's super cool is that you can now, you don't have to use Apple's lame tapbacks such as the heart, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the laugh, and the emphasis, and the question. Now you can scroll to the right or left, whatever, and it's just like messaging like on Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever you use. You can now add in emojis as your tapback. So I could say my friend says something really funny, I could put a skull emoji down. Say my friend does something really crazy, I could put, a wow emoji down, or a fire emoji, or a crying with laughter. And so, yeah, super cool. That is probably a good feature and a good plus for iOS 18. And now, I guess because I'm now on top 7, my top 7 feature is the updated control center. And so the updated control center is, it's somewhat cool. I guess I can't really call this my favorite feature. I like it how they kind of put my home controls on a page on the control center. I will say that the control center looks a little bit more cluttered than it used to. And so, yeah, I kind of like the new control center. It's a little cluttered and but I mean, you can totally organize it. You can move things around to make it how you would like it. I think my favorite feature for the control center are the pages, such as your home page, or for HomeKit, or the the audio now playing page. I kind of wish, I use a little bit of Google in my life, and so I kind of wish that they would access Google Home with the page. But, they could probably in the future. I mean, they said that they would do something with Ford in the future. So, yeah, super cool. Now, I got to jank on it just a little bit. The iOS 18 wallpapers look whack-o. Now, I'm not talking about the dark images for Apple icons. No, I love dark mode app icons. Like the Messages app looks cooler, Music looks cooler, Safari looks better, Mail looks more vibrant. I'm saying the fact that you can add literally a color palette filter over your dark mode apps, and so, or just over your apps in general. And so it's literally just a filter that just so I don't know about that one. That one is definitely a no-no for me. Anyway, so I told you that this video would be pretty intuitive, pretty short, and so I hope you guys got some information about what you can expect for iOS 18 coming to your phone in September or October. I hope you enjoyed this one. I am still working on getting that new mic. We should have a new mic eventually, at least before the end of July. I want to do one at least before the end of July. And so we should have one eventually. And also, I've been doing a little bit of stocks lately. So let me know if you guys want me to make a video about stocks and investing. You know, I've been I've been trying and erroring the stock market lately, and right now I've been doing really well in the stock market, especially investing in stocks such as Amazon or Rivian, which went up 20% last week. So yeah, I'm actually leaving office to head out of town, and so I'll have to catch you guys in the next one. If you guys want to check out my socials, they will be linked down below, or you can simply just listen to me and go follow me at Easy Ramsdell IG. I'm just kidding, there's no IG. But my Instagram is at Easy R Amsdell. Yeah. And so I thank you guys so much for the support. You know, I went to church camp last week, and it really was super cool. They had a lot of great worship and a lot of great lessons to learn at that camp, and so I really had a great time. And as you guys know, if you guys would go follow my Instagram, I do a lot of updates over there as well. So definitely go check it out, and I will have to catch you guys in the next one. Ramsdell, peace out. I'm just kidding. Yeah, see you guys.